Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we're proud to bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet.
This review covers the Little Tarantula Dragster. It's a 132 scale kit and the snap kit from Atlantis, number M6651. Now, as you may know, Atlantis snapped up some of the old monogram and Revell kits that the Germans decided they didn't want because of repairs needed on them, etc. But we're glad they did, because they're bringing back some of these great old kits for us to rebuild. Now, released in 2019, the kit, of course, is a reissue of the 1971 monogram kit that was designed by Tom Daniel. And it's kind of a caricature of the model, the original model that was released in '68. Now, it's been reissued many times over the years, and except for this little tarantula, which was getting very hard to find. Now, it's a snap kit. It's really simple, and it could be assembled by even the smallest beginner with a little bit of supervision. It contains 29 parts molded in green, black, and gray, and the tires are hard plastic. The rear slicks have some sidewall lettering that's raised enough to make highlighting them pretty easy. The green is a nice color, and it doesn't really need painting, and there's very little flash to trim off, and the parts fit together pretty well. Now, I went to a little extra detailing by spraying the gray parts with some gloss black and then some L-clad chrome to kind of match the box art, but you can just brush paint those with some silver paint too if you're a youngster. Now, painting other than that, except for a little red on the front end there, like is not really necessary. And the model doesn't need any glue to hold it together. When it's finished, the model will measure about 7 inches long, 3 inches wide, and 2¼ inches high when it's mounted on the enclosed stand, which displays the model doing a wheelie. Oh, I hear Newton tapping on the divider back there. He's our program director. Come on in here, Newt. What do you got? Am I doing something wrong again?
No, not yet, but this model is pretty crazy. So did you say this is a cartoon of a model? Is that right?
Oh, yep, that's right. Back in the 70s, a wild designer from California named Tom Daniel made 85 far-out kit designs for Monogram. The company wanted an easy snap kit to help bring young modelers into the hobby, so Tom came up with this cartoon-like drawing of the previously released Tarantula Dragster model. Now, here are the contents of the kit. And as you can see, they're nicely molded and pretty crisp, very little flash. Atlantis did a good job cleaning up the molds. And we're going to use, it's a snap kit, so occasionally you might want to use a little drop of glue for a seam that won't stick together well, but for the most part, you can put it together just like this. Now, also remember, if you see any products that are used in the review, you should heed the manufacturer safety and use guidelines for the use of those products. Construction will start with the body and tires, so go ahead and snap the wheels into the tires, and then of course those on to one of the axle ends. Insert the axle end through the port there in the back, and then the other tire on the other side, and notice that they're oblong, so you'll have to pose them properly, and then snap the top section of the body onto that. Now we'll start with pieces to assemble the engine, and remember that I had sprayed all the silver parts with some gloss black and then some L-clad chrome to make it appear as a chrome finish. And so we're going to assemble the engine. You see it here. There's a few simple pieces. Assemble it according to the instructions, and of course you can use this view as well. And then once that's set, let that dry. And when that's ready, go ahead and just snap the engine lower portion into the body of the dragster. Now we're going to gather up the parts for the front end. You see once again the oblong wheels and tires, and I just love the spider web radius arms there. So go ahead and stage these. Just put the wheels and tires together. Notice that they're oblong, and then of course they look forward moving, so then just snap the axle into place on the lower body. And now locate and get out the pieces for the upper body, and notice that I had painted the the pinchers there in front red, as I mentioned, and you can do that or any color you like, but get those ready for assembly. And so now you can simply snap the headlights, the radiator, and the radius, the steering arm there into position, and then place the upper body onto the lower. So now we can work with these parts of the seat. And there's a little bit of flash from the sprue connections on some of the parts you see here in the lower right of the seat. You may need to trim those off for a good fit. So go ahead and assemble those pieces to the body with the seat, of course, snapping into place, and the top and the drag chute in position in the back. And so now the final piece here is the stand, the spiderweb stand. So go ahead and just snap the body into that receiver there on the stand, and there you have it. Your model is finished. Well, there you have it. Like I said, this great looking little model was meant for kids back in the day when they could actually make fun of models with other models. And it looks nice on the display shelf, and it takes you back to those halcyon days of modeling and the Tom Daniel designs that just always seem to be terrific. This small little kit can snap together in just a few hours, or you can detail it with a little extra like we did here, but either way, it's a slump buster for the experienced modeler and a great start to draw kids into modeling. And in some cases automotive sports. So if I were you, I'd buy one and put it on my shelf. Well, we hope you like this step-by-step premium model kit review, and so that you don't miss any more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the icon in the lower right of any of our reviews, or you can find us on Facebook or our website, rightonreplicas.com.